We're going to start with a card trick. I'm going to show you guys a trick that I literally have been doing since I was about 15. And I did this trick the exact same way all the time, from the time I was 15 till the time I turned 20. And when I was 20, I was out in college at a bar. I know that seems crazy that I'd find myself in a bar, but I was, with some fraternity brothers and little sister, and I started doing a trick. And it changed that very night the way it was done forever. I'll explain as we go along, all right? Andrew, it starts the same way, 52 different cards in a deck. But Andrew, what I would like for you to do is I would like for you to look down at the cards. I want you to pick a card that you're drawn to, one that speaks personally to you. And when you've got it, say it out loud so everybody can hear.
The King of Clubs.
The King of Clubs. Now, you're sure the King of Clubs?
Yes.
I don't want us to get to the very end and have you say, well, what if I had changed my mind? The King of Clubs is the card you want.
I'm good with it.
You're good with the King of Clubs. All right, this is how the trick started each and every time. A card was selected. A card was lost down inside of the deck. But on this particular night, as I began to shuffle the cards, this big, burly lumberjack of a guy came running into the bar where we were, had on a big red and black plaid jacket. He had on like a big round Bluto beard, you know, like Bluto from Popeye. I won't lie, he was big and intimidating, and I felt a little olive oil-ish myself. But he walks up and he grabs my deck and he says, "Hey you, frat boy magic man, let me show you something." And he took half my cards and he turned them face up. He took half my cards and turned them face down. And then, before I could do anything about it, he proceeded to shuffle those face-up cards right into those face-down cards. And when I tell you that he was shuffling face-up into face-down, folks, he was shuffling them face-up into face-down, okay? And before I could do a single thing, he proceeded to actually square the entire pack up. And when he cut them, I knew I was in trouble, because that's him. There were cards face down. There were cards face up. There were cards face down, there were cards face up. I had to take the deck back from the guy. I needed to see Andrew exactly where I was, and when I cut the cards, I knew I was in trouble. Because Andrew, there were cards face up. Yes, and there were cards face down. There were cards that were even face to face, and some cards that were back to back. I mean, as crazy as it was, they were face to face and back to back and face to face and back to back. And if I even just tried to reach in and just randomly give them a cut, I actually noticed that I got them back to back. And I got them face to face. And he says, "All right, you frat boy magic man, how you getting out of this one, you scoundrelly kind of guy?" I made that last part up. I said, "Well, I'm a magician. It's kind of what I do." So I just snapped my fingers over the cards thinking something might happen. And much to my surprise, as his, each and every single card in the pack. Oh, except one, your card, Andrew, the King of Clubs. That is a birthday card, I don't know what it is. But, folks, I felt triumphant at the moment that I did this trick. And for some of you in this room, you might get that joke, some of you don't, but that's all right, it's just for me. But that's not the trick I was doing that night, Andrew. Remember I told you I'd been doing it the same way for like 5 years, and that one night, this is what happened, it changed the way the whole trick was done. The trick I did, Andrew, was I had the cards laid out, and I said to you, if you would just go through and look at all the cards, and then if you would just name a card, right? I said you could pick any of these. You could have picked any of these. You didn't. You chose the King of Clubs. Andrew, the question that I have for you, of all the cards on your birthday you could have picked, why the King of Clubs?
I think because I always forget if it was what the spades are called.
Yep.
So.
That's as good a reason as any, but I'm going to tell you right now, I'm curious to know how you knew it was the only card in the deck. Oh, the only card in the deck with a blue back. Are you a magician and you just didn't tell me? All right. I suggest you go out and play the lottery tonight, Andrew, because I'm thinking you're getting a little lucky. I could be wrong.